I am recording. We are recording. Okay, you said that you get your inspiration from everywhere.
From everything, yeah.
But most of your paintings are about the marine lifestyle.
Well, it's coastal.
Okay.
It's coastal, there's no doubt about that, because I'm a coastal person. And that's what registers the most joy to me, is vistas of coastal life, sailing, landscapes of coastal harbors and that sort of thing. And probably because I was brought up in that environment, so I'm most comfortable with it.
So you share a little piece of yourself through your work.
Very much so. I think that every painter that's really involved in their work, that loves their work, definitely sharing a part of themselves with the viewer, or whoever is looking at the finished composition, for sure.
You talked about that your work is about bringing joy, and it's not about complicities. It's just about what you see is what you get. You don't have to work your brain too much. Just enjoy the work.
No, you really don't. There are some genres, styles of art, of paintings in particular, that really require very kind of heady investigation and that sort of thing. And I've always thought that life is complicated enough as it is, and I don't think that you need to have further complication trying to figure out what my paintings are about. My paintings in general are about very uplifting types of scenarios, whether they're figurative, floral, landscape, they're all on the very positive end of the scale, because there's plenty of negativity in the world and I have no intention of adding to it.
Is that your artistic mission statement?
I suppose it could be. I suppose it could be.
You did say that there is no answer to this particular question. When somebody asks you how many hours did you spend on a painting?
Yeah, that's impossible to accurately state, because first of all, I paint in multiples because I am a working artist, and when I'm finished, as much as I can do on a particular painting, the choice is to sit down and do nothing, or to move on to the next painting while that piece is drying. So I'm usually painting and 3 or 4 paintings are going at the same time. So when I'm finished, as many passages as I can do, and it needs to dry because of the technique that I use, I go on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and by that time, this painting is ready for me to work on. So I'll often work on figurative work, and then go to a landscape, I'll then go to a marine piece, to a floral, and then back to this figurative piece. But it has to do with drying time. This technique requires all of the underlayers. Each layer needs to dry completely, because I work for the most part in transparent layers, so they need to be dry. Otherwise you're mixing oil paint, and that's not the technique I use.
Do you have a favorite?
A favorite painting?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I'm working on now. Well, you asked. Yeah, whatever I happen to be working on now is my favorite painting, but if I had to choose what is my favorite genre, because I paint in so many different, from marine to floral to figurative, ocean, I think maybe figurative work, because it's very expressive when you're looking at the faces of the individuals that you are attempting to recreate accurately. if I had to choose, which hopefully I don't have to, but I would say figurative work.
Any particular feelings that go through you or your head while you're working on a certain painting to
Yes.
help you?
Yes, I hope I get it right. That's that's the primary thing I'm thinking of. Although oil painting can be quite forgiving, it's not like watercolor is very unforgiving. But oil painting can be quite forgiving. But when you're working with imagery that requires precision, there is a lot less flexibility. So you really need to think about what you're doing and be very focused on that particular painting. And when I'm moving from painting to painting, so I could be going from figurative piece to a classic marine piece, that requires that you shift gears very quickly.
So a person who is looking to, or is lucky enough to one day own one of your paintings, one of your work, where do they begin? In terms of if somebody does not know what to look for, how would you help them?
First of all, the only thing that you ever need to know about anybody's work, not just mine, any painter's work, is if you like it. I often have people come into the gallery and they'll say the same thing to me. Well, I don't know a whole lot about fine art. You don't need to know anything about fine art. All you need to know is what you like, what moves you, what imagery makes you feel great and happy. You don't need to know a whole lot about it, although I always will give people the time to talk with me, and I'll explain technique and that sort of thing. In the end of what you need to know, there's only one thing. Do you like it? Can you live with it? Does it make you happy? Does the imagery do something for you personally? Other than that, you really don't need to know much about it. So when people come in, and this is very frequent, where people will come in and say, I don't know anything about fine art. Well, you really don't need to. You need to know what moves you, and specifically what brings you some joy. Because if you purchase one of my paintings, it's going to be with you for a long time. So you need to be able to look at the painting and find something different in it every day. I do, even with my own work. I'll look at a finished piece and say, oh my God, I don't remember that, or that, or that. And that is really the key to joy in looking at art, is that you're constantly seeing something new about it. Did that answer your question?
Yes. Anything you would like to add?
I think the only thing that I would like to add is that the sole purpose of my work is to bring people joy. There are a number of incredibly talented artists whose claim to fame is heavy, deep, and real. Not that my work isn't profound, because some of it is, but I really want people to look at my work and find joy in it. I'm not looking to send a political message or any kind of fear or anything negative. I think that the basis of my work in its entirety, since I started painting, was that somebody would look at one of my paintings and it in some way brings them happiness. Does that answer your question?
This is good. So, I know you said you are going to work on